Hello, BookTube. I have two little packages for you to round out the week of mail. Uh, there were more earlier today. They got opened with company, and several of you have pointed out in comments and in emails that just because I open mail off camera doesn't mean I can't show you the books. That's absolutely true. So I will turn over a new leaf next week. But for now, we have two packages, no envelopes, all cardboard. One is skinny and one is not. So we'll see. We'll see what we have here. Okay, all right. First one is great. First one is fantastic. This is a new Simenon translation. Okay, this one doesn't have the usual bit of paper in it, but Penguin Books is doing just an ongoing retranslation of all of Georges Simenon, including all of the Maigret novels, in these lovely uniform white spine trade paperbacks, and I've been loving it. I've really been loving it. I read all of Maigret when he came out in English the last time in little uniform mass markets, and they're extremely interchangeable. They're very well done, in fact, deceptively so, but they're extremely interchangeable by the time you've read 10. Aside from neat signature twists and bits of Parisian atmosphere, you pretty much know what you're going to get. And when I finished with that whole run of mass markets originally, 40 years ago, I kind of thought in the back of my head that, you don't really need to read these again. I know people still, who just worship this author, and they reread the Maigret novels all the time. But I didn't feel like it was necessary, and this new translation series by Penguin has changed my mind. I've been tremendously enjoying them. This one is Maigret and the Ghost, and it is translated by Roz Schwartz. So that is our first book. Very good. I will gobble it down today. And then this next one is in one of these big Boder white envelopes. So we'll see what this is. It's a finished copy of something. Oh, very good. Okay. All right. Well, this was a small mail haul, but I enjoy both the things that are in it. This is coming out any day now. This is just a couple of weeks away. And I've already read it, and I really enjoyed it. I'll be very much happy to read it again. This is the hardcover of E.R. Ramzipour's The Ventriloquist. This is the hardcover. I believe this is a debut. Yeah, this is a debut. This brings riveting tension and surprising humor to this little-known chapter of World War II history, as the author reminds us that so much of what we read, hear, and watch is propaganda for someone, for some organization, in some century, in some country. This is the story of let's see here, the forgotten story of a satirical anti-Nazi newspaper created and distributed by the resistance in occupied Belgium. In Brussels of 1943, the Nazi occupiers have hatched a plan to turn the resistance newspapers into Nazi propaganda mouthpieces that will sway public opinion against the Allies. To do so, they conscript key members of Belgium's independence movement to carry out their dirty work, and the ragtag band of misfits have little choice if they wish to escape death. But then rogue journalist Marc Aubrion has a brilliant notion: turn the tables and create a fake edition of the newspaper that not so subtly mocks Hitler and the oppressors who have overrun Europe. This is a joke worth dying for, and the ventriloquists have less than 3 weeks to pull it off. As you can tell from that summary, this just begs to be made into a movie. It just begs to be. But I thought it had a lot of depth. Ordinarily, I read a lot of books that beg to be made into movies. I think a lot of writers write with that in mind. And I thought this had a lot more depth than a lot of those books do. This was a totally winning example of the tidal wave of historical fiction that has swamped over us in 2019. So there you go. That was our mail. I can hold it in one hand. There's the new translation of the latest Simenon and The Ventriloquist, a historical novel debut, a big ambitious thing that is tremendously good. Really gripping all the way to the end. If you, like your book club or your reading group or whatever, if you are into historical fiction, then don't miss this. If this is the author's debut, I can just imagine. We'll see. I will, of course, follow this career. But this is great. Fantastic. All right, so that is our mail haul. That is the last mail haul of the week. Just 2 books. There were about 7 more, but my company this morning fancied himself literary. If it's any consolation to, he was bored cross-eyed by the end of it, so he probably won't ask again. But I will show those books. I will incorporate them into Monday reads and Tuesday reads and Wednesday reads in the course of this week. How's that? So I will wrap this up. Very short video, only 2 books, and I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.